LGBTQ 1-minute news, let's queer up gay culture. Minneapolis moves towards repealing decade-old bathhouse ban after strong public support. The Minneapolis City Council is set to vote next week on repealing a 1988 ordinance that bans adult bathhouses, following strong public support during a recent hearing. More than 30 residents spoke in favor of ending the ban, with several LGBTQ+ advocates arguing the law unfairly targeted same-sex relationships and people living with HIV and AIDS. Researcher Jay Orne said, quote, "Research has shown that pushing sexual activity into less visible spaces does not eliminate the risk. It makes outreach and educating more difficult," end quote. Supporters also cited tourism and safer sex education as potential benefits. If approved, the repeal would begin a longer process before bathhouses could legally operate. This is calling it taking things out of the dark and putting it into light, or putting the light, putting it back in the dark.
Depends how you.
But they know about it first. It was a health issue, but people are more educated now on the health issues, and now there are other medications, more education out there. People know more, but you relegate this to the LGBTQ+ community when some of the straight community has their spaces and they weren't affected.
Well, yeah,
yes. This is
well, I guess
targeted.
I'm not straight because I didn't know that.
Well, no, I think it's even mentioned in the story that it isn't necessarily gay bathhouses.
So it has to be
public spaces where people can go.
It's a private public space where certain people go and enjoy their company.
Right.
I understand and I don't always want to be seen as the person that understands like the big bad people that we talk about. I do understand that it was a ban put in place in 1988. That was the height of the HIV/AIDS epidemic that was happening. That was before people were on medications that stabilized them. Right. And the people that are on that original medication that did survive, it did quite a number on them. So I can understand that in 1988, they put a ban on that because they didn't want more infections. It needed to be revisited about 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Not 40.
Not 40, exactly. So I think it's a long time coming, no pun intended, because nobody's been coming there, obviously. But I just want to say good luck. And as far as tourism goes, if it's a really nice place, I wouldn't mind, getting a little weekend trip up to Minneapolis. It's a lovely city. And it'd be even lovelier if there were spaces where we could have some fun. So good on them if it gets through.
Yep. More safer spaces for more safer people.
Yep. Okay.
That is an LGBTQ 1-minute news story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.